This is Greg Jacobson. I'm the CEO and co-founder of KaiNexus. I'm thrilled to bring you our latest release video sneak peek. We brought 18 new improvements into this release. Let's shed some light on some of the most useful. We've done a huge improvement to control charts. So I've created a control chart over here on my strategy dashboard. And as you can see, we now have the ability for you to put in an upper and a lower control limit as well as an average line. Let's see exactly how to do that. All right, so if I click on edit and then I go into the options on this, you'll see a new section down here called control limits. Not only can you set your lower and your upper control limit as well as your average, but you can pick whatever color you want these to show. What's really cool about this feature is that if you're interested, you can have the system reach out to the team of the chart and let them know if there's a data point that's out of control. So right now, if I put in generate flag, it will, anytime a data point is entered that's out of the control limits, it will let the people on the team know about it. And you can even set all the data points that are outside of the control limit as red. So let's see what things look like when I change it. We'll go ahead and save those changes. And you can see now here that the data point that was out of the control limit is now red. You can also see whenever there's a chart where the most recent data point is out of control, we put a red exclamation point. We've even added the ability to filter a list of charts that are either in or out of control to give more visibility into that. All right, next I want to show you a really cool improvement we've made to a number of the different reports, and I'm going to show you first what it looks like on the location activity board. All right, so we've got the location improvement activity board, and you'll see that we've added a status bar to every single location over here on the right. So now visually you can really tell immediately where the bottlenecks are, who's completed the most in the time frame selected, and we've even made the change percentage a little graphical widget here because sometimes just the graph of seeing the blue line all the way over really tells that story a lot better. We've also done another really cool improvement into the reports area. We've added a target line. All right, so I'm going to hop over here to an improvement curve, which I've put a target line here so that we've got this faint yellow line across where you can now, as a rate, put what your target is for either that location or if it's the whole organization because no location has been selected, what you'd like to see from a submission or a completion standpoint. So how did I put that yellow line there? So if you have the right permissions, you will get a gear icon right up here, and then you can put your annual submission target rate in. So for this, we made it simply 1, but let's see what it looks like if I make the annual submission target as 2 improvements per person per year. We save it, you'll see that the target line has been redrawn. And this is super smart. It's actually looking to see on a case-by-case basis how many users or how many people were in the location at that time. So if you're expanding your usage of KaiNexus across your organization, you'll notice that that target line will actually be nonlinear. Pretty smart. All right, let's take a look since we're in reports over at the incident section. We've actually added an entire area of reports for our incident module. So if you're using incident reporting in KaiNexus, you will have this new area called incidences here, and we've gone ahead and released 5 different incident reports. We think you're going to really like them. All right, the last thing I want to show you is something that was really a lot of feedback we were getting from organizations that have hundreds and thousands of users in KaiNexus. And they use this people section, and they were using the bulk change quite a bit. And one of the options, for example, on bulk change is sending an activation email. If you wanted to send that activation email to, let's say, 400 or 500 users, because we were only giving you the selection of the 50 people that were in this list, you had to go through every 50 and send that activation email. Now, when you select the top button here, you actually get this little extra dialog box that allows you to select all the users in the list, not just the 50 on this page. So I've done that. So it's a super helpful way if you are looking to do a bulk change, whether that's changing a role or whether that's sending an activation email. We think you're really going to like it, and it's going to save a lot of time. Of course, when you're logged into the new version, you're going to get a pop-up that will give some highlights and a link to the complete notes. Keep in mind, we have a ton of content here at support.kainexus.com, and all of the updates are right down here, and I'm basically circumscribing the area where you can see any of the release notes that we've come up with. Of course, always got to give a plug for our blog. We put a ton of energy into just general improvement content here at blog.kainexus.com, as well as a specific customer blog. It's going to give lots of helpful tips and hints on how you can use KaiNexus in ways you probably don't know about. Of course, we have a very active webinar series. The next webinar we have coming up is Personal Leadership at the Nexus of Lean and Zen. Sounds really interesting, so please register for it. And while you're doing that, take a look at our prior webinar page. We have just a really large library, and we're adding to it monthly. And of course, finally, we have a podcast. However you get your podcasts, I'm showing the iTunes version, but please subscribe to our podcast. Give us a great rating. It allows more people to find out about continuous improvement and really spreading continuous improvement. So as always, thank you so much for your time. Please enjoy the new version, and of course, continue to keep spreading continuous improvement.